Is this thing on? Yeah. Hey folks, welcome to my third video on YouTube. Starting to get into a bit of a roll now. It was just a quick video today, I promise, I really promise. Look, I went from 42 minutes down to about 27. This one I'm hoping is going to be about 3 or 4. Right, let's time me, go. It was just about the Sony updates, really. That's what I wanted to quickly ramble on about. Some great updates there. The first one was the update to the A9's autofocus, eye autofocus, animal eye tracking as well, and also the lock-on AF, which they demonstrated, and it looks amazing. The eye autofocus looks pinpoint sharp, and it's locked on, and as the subject's moving, it was really sticking to that eye. It was amazing. So that could be a massive deal for Sony. The A9's a great camera, but it's gone down in price quite considerably. And it's getting on a bit now, the A9, so that update's quite a big deal. I think it's like buying a new camera. I checked out the online prices. In London, a few camera stores are selling it used for around £2,300. So maybe you could pick one up used for around the £2,000 mark privately, who knows, or around that price. But either way, it's a great price point to come in at with those updates, and an A9 version 2 won't be out for a while, so it could be great. I have a feeling that will be great on a gimbal. I jumped onto David Alster's, is that the Aussie guy? He's brilliant, by the way. Thumbs up to him. He did a live stream and he was talking about the A9, and he absolutely loves it. He says it's the best camera in the Sony lineup, and he thinks, I haven't checked it out, but he says that his A9 gives best 4K video quality in terms of, I don't know, in terms of all-round video quality on Sony Alphas. So if that's the case, and it's got that tracking, that's a great gimbal camera, and it's also, it's a big step up in terms of functionality. The A7R3 and the A73 are getting mini updates with the eye autofocus. They're not getting that lock-on tracking. I don't know if it's a firmware limitation or just they want to hold it back for the next cameras. Either way, at least it's getting some sort of update. It's going to have the animal eye detect and a few improvements on the autofocus, which is good. So that can't be a bad thing, right? And then they announced the vlogger's dream camera. Actually, it's more than just a vlogger's camera. It's geared towards entry level, but it seems to have the same lock-on autofocus as the A9's getting, and the eye autofocus, and the animal eye autofocus, I think, which is epic. 4K 30, which is good. But it looks pretty good. Lack of IBIS. The one drawback to that camera, and looking at the footage that people have put up so far, is that obviously the flippy screen is there for vloggers, and if you're going to put a flippy screen on a camera so you can see yourself when you're in a still position like I am now on a tripod, then great, that's fine. But for anybody wanting to walk around with that camera, you know, vlog style, you know, you're sort of there, you know, hello everybody. All the footage I saw was pretty wobbly. I hate to say it, but it was like, hello, cello, and cello everybody. And I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm tired. It seemed really wobbly, and with a lack of IBIS, it was a combination of shutter roll wobble with, you know, bounce from the lack of IBIS. I cannot wait to see what the camera conspiracy guy comes up with when he reviews that camera. I think he's going to praise Sony in the first half. It's going to be like a half a shit sandwich, can I say that? It's going to be all praise about the features, the updates. More power to you, Sony, for doing that. Thank you. And all the great parts, the flippy screen. I've got the flippy screen. And then I think he's going to say something like, what are you doing to me, Sony? You almost did it, you know. But this is like jello, you know. And I imagine he's going to slate that warble effect. The A6500 had a similar shutter roll issue, and I had the A6500 with a 16mm Sigma 1.4, and it did work on a gimbal. It looked good, but you had to be very cautious of moving the camera around. So this lacks IBIS. it would work on a gimbal as long as you're not too panny with it and too all over the place. You've got to keep it still. But for a vlogger just using a sort of gorilla pod with a mic, I've got a feeling it's going to look pretty bad. Anyway, enough said. At least Sony are doing something. They've given us some updates, so thank you, Sony, for improving that A9. I don't have an A9, but I'd like to get one. If I do buy an A9, I'm not quite sure what to do because I can't keep the X-T3, the A7R3 and an A9. It's just too much for me. I don't really want to get rid of the X-T3 and I don't want to give up the 42 megapixels on the A7R3, which I'm filming on now, by the way, with the 50mm cheapo 50, the nifty 50 if you like, 1.8. I've got it at around f2, so I don't know how well it's focusing when I move back and forth in and out of that focus plane. So yeah, really interesting. Let's see what the A7000 brings and the A7S3. If it's got those features in it, wow, it could be a brilliant, brilliant video camera. It could be the one that kind of knocks it out of the park. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's a new channel. I've only got about 12 subscribers so far. That's not to say that I'm not going to take over the world, because I'm not. No, I just want to build this channel up and get a community happening around cameras because I really like to talk about them. And I'm hoping I can build up a new network of friends that I can talk about cameras with, because my current stock of friends are all musicians. I love them to bits, don't get me wrong, but none of them really care about cameras. And I just want people I can talk to about something that I'm passionate about. I know you guys are too, so yeah, I've probably gone way over 3 minutes now, so I'm going to leave you to it. Anyway, thanks for listening and see you next time. Okay, take care.